YouTube. And I just want to say to sort of begin our class today, to set the context for it. I was with one of our yoga clients yesterday, someone who's normally in our community who had a surgery, not minor surgery, but she's going to be fine. But it affects her mobility in her arm and she can't bear weight. So she's not going to be able to do yoga with us. But when I was with her, she was talking about all the things that she can do and all the ways she can help herself because of her yoga strength. And it just reminded me of how incredibly powerful this practice is in our minds, in our hearts, and in our bodies. And you don't really realize, you guys have been so dedicated to your practice every single week. And I don't think you realize how strong you are. I don't think you realize how strong your core is. Being able to like get up out of a seat without using your hands, or tie your shoes without sitting down, or there's so many little things that you are able to do because you take time to take care of your body through this yoga practice. And I just want you to celebrate yourself today. I want to make sure that, yeah, exactly, Nancy, give yourself a big old hug. Make sure, yeah, Francis, that you take time throughout your day today, being really present for your day-to-day activities, and just notice how many of those things are helped and made easier, facilitated by your strength that you build on your yoga mat. So whether it's core strength, whether it's stability and balance, maybe it's just finding ease in your mind for these things that life throws your way, but really honor what the practice does for you, because I think we take it for granted sometimes. And when we can, it's not until you don't practice for 2 weeks that you go back and do a simple practice and have sorenesses and you're like, oh, I'm working that muscle all the time. All right. So kudos to you guys. Thank you so much for being part of this community. And let's go ahead and practice. All right. So today's all about celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on. We're going to start on our back today. Come on down to your back. If you have any props that you'd like to invite to your practice, bring them on. So when you come to your back, I'm going to start in a Supta Baddha Konasana. So that's soles of the feet together, knees open. And I'm going to use the blocks just to help support my knees. But if that's too much of a hip opener for you this early in the practice, feel free to come into Shavasana. And while you're laying here, it's also a good opportunity to rub the palms together and place those healing hands, those hands of compassion and presence right on the body wherever you may need it today. Start to feel the earth welcoming you down, settling into this shape. Feeling held and supported. And take a moment to honor yourself by thanking yourself for making this time today. Maybe it's just become part of your Monday, Wednesday routine. Maybe it's habit. Or maybe you had to rearrange this morning in order to make this happen. No matter what brought you to the mat today, just thank yourself for being here. And use this time to celebrate all of the capabilities of your body, as well as the potential of your body. And try not to invite any space for self-judging. That can be really damaging to our well-being and really agitating to our nervous system. So if you notice any such thoughts arriving, just escort them away with an out breath and welcome back in some self-compassion. So continue to soften through the shoulders and the arms. Relax into the jaw. We're going to do some basic diaphragmatic breathing, some belly breathing. It's a really nice way to help tone your diaphragm and to help shake out any anxiety that may be living in your body. So if you want, you could put your hands right on your belly. And just notice your natural breath. You don't have to change anything just yet. Notice where you feel the breath going to in the body. Where in the body do you feel some movement or shifting? And then on your next in-breath, try to isolate the breath right into the belly. Obviously, your lungs are going to fill and it's going to press on the diaphragm, which is going to expand the belly. But try not to have the rib cage floating so much in and out. Try to just simply press way deep down into the diaphragm. So the lower abs puff up like a balloon. Get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then slowly let the breath go right through the belly, feeling the navel draw back toward your spine. And do it again. And again. We have this superpower to relax our nervous system. And one way to do it is to find more fullness in the breath. And another way to do it is to slow the breath down, just consciously regulating the pace of the breath. So when you exercise both of those superpowers at once, it really helps to relax you. So take a few more like that. Really feel the belly expanding to its full capacity. I know from experience as a woman, we spend a lot of our time sucking our stomachs in. And that can be a disservice to toning the diaphragm. So really expand it, work it. Nice. For the next breath, go ahead and start to invite expansion into the belly and then feel the rib cage and the chest start to rise as well. So invite the breath into the whole body. If you'd like to float those hands up to your heart, you're welcome to do so. Maybe one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Coming in connection with your energy center of compassion and love. Feeling your presence through breath. And feeling your loving presence as you begin to cultivate your intention for practice today. And maybe it already arrived. Take a big breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Do that 2 more times. Inhale through the nose, fill up completely. And let it go. Last one. Really feel the cleansing energy of that breath. Beautiful. If there are blocks supporting your knees, move them out of the way. Welcome to those of you who just arrived. We're going to bring your knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug, flexing into the hips and rolling around a little bit. And then open the arms into a T. Let the knees drift over to the right side for a spinal twist. I like to use my hands on top of the knees to help root them down a little bit, deepening the twist. Maybe you turn your head over to the left, giving that cervical spine a little stretch. Keep pressing the left shoulder down to the earth and take one more big breath here. Beautiful. Release your bind, bring those knees up through center. Send them off to the left for that spinal twist. Relaxing the head and the shoulders. Maybe you're starting to notice different sensations in the body. Try to approach them with friendliness, with openness, without any judgment. One more breath. And arrive back to center. Nice. Draw your right knee in. Send your left leg up to the sky and point and flex through that left foot. And then slowly lower the left knee down. Straighten the right leg, binding behind the thigh. Just getting a nice stretch into that hamstring. You'll notice my knee is still kind of micro bent, still working on that hamstring injury. So listen to your body. As the practice goes on, I get to straighten that leg a little bit more, but it begins with tenderness and gentleness. Take a big breath. All right, we're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee, getting into that right hip a little bit. Take a figure 4 stretch. Keep that right ankle flexed. Right foot flexed to protect the ankle. Big breath. And release. Keep that ankle crossed over the leg for now. We're actually going to extend the right leg, crossing the right ankle over the left ankle. Reach the arms up to the sky and take the left hand to the right wrist and make a crescent shape over to the left. So you can tip the toes to the left as well. We're looking to open up through the right side body. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. Relax the spine. Draw both knees back into your chest. Keep the left knee hugged in. Right leg straight up to the sky. Point, flex, circle. Give motion into the ankle joint. And then relax that heel all the way down to the earth. Straighten or semi-straighten into that left leg. Taking a bind behind the thigh. Yeah. Coaxing that hamstring to loosen a little bit this morning. Relax into the shoulders and the jaw. Try not to absorb tension anywhere else. One more breath. And then cross the left ankle over the right, drawing the right knee towards you. Just noticing. Being present for every breath, every sensation. Carrying that energy of celebration today so that you focus on what the body can do. And then start to straighten the right leg, straighten the left leg, crossing left ankle over right, reach up overhead and crescent over to the right side. Welcoming that big stretch through the left side. Big breath in. And full breath out. All right, for our final 2 movements of our spine, we're going to articulate with a little floating bridge. So walk your feet close to you so that the heels are close enough to the hips, and really plant those feet down nice and firmly into the earth. And as you inhale, peel the hips up, peel the spine up, lift the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, root everything back down to the earth, lift the head and shoulders toward the knees and curl up into a little ball. Okay, inhale, do that 3 more times. Inhale, lift and extend through the spine. Feel the hip flexors open and the thighs engaged. Exhale as you flex, rounding the spine. 2 more. Feel free to add anything fancy here if you want. Keep your head steady though. Try not to turn your head from side to side. And last one. Give it your biggest stretch. Really lift those hips. There we go. And we're going to hug those knees in. Take some rocks and rolls along the length of the spine. Rocking from the sit bones, or not, well, yeah, I guess you get up to the sit bones, all the way back to the shoulders. Wake up the core a little bit. See if you can use your core more than use momentum here. Really celebrate your core strength. You guys have no idea what a gift it is to be able to lift your body up like this. All right, we're going to cross those ankles, make our way right into down dog. I'm going to turn this way so I'm closer to the camera. Go ahead and make your way right into your downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, pedal those heels out. Activate sensation through the calf muscles. Spread the fingers. Take a look, make sure the hands are no wider than the shoulders. Maybe float into a high plank, pulling up through the navel. Back into downward facing dog. Yes. Do that a few times. Start to wake up the shoulder joints. Start to coordinate breath and movement. There you go. Let's do one more. That feels so nice. And then when you come back to downward facing dog, walk those feet to the hands. Nope, that's not what I meant. I meant walk your hands to your feet. So we're at the back of the mat. Walk those hands to the feet. There we go. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. And exhale, back down. Halfway lift, nice flat back. And fold again. Let's do that twice more. You can bend and straighten the knees as much as you want. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, back down. Halfway lift. Really feel the extension in the spine. And fold once again. Last one, rise up. I like to bend my knees a little bit, get the knees worked up. Fold, halfway lift, and fold. Right here, we're going to take our left hand. In fact, I'm going to use my block. Take your left hand right down underneath your nose and plant the palm on top of it. Start to bend into that left knee and reach the right arm up to the sky. So you're getting a little spinal twist here, but also a nice stretch into that right leg and hip. Big breath in. Twist a little deeper. Keep the hips stable. Just rotate through the spine. One more breath. And both hands down into a fold. Rise all the way up. Maybe a little back bend at the top. Exhale, back to fold. Halfway lift, long spine. And then plant the right palm down onto the block, which may be right under the nose between the feet. Bend the right knee slightly and peel the left arm up. Good IT band stretch here. Good for the hip. And then adjust the camera. Make sure y'all can see. I don't know if you guys saw my shirt, by the way. Namaste, witches! That's how I felt when I woke up this morning and saw the internet outage. Okay, where were we? Big breath and fold. Nice. Move the block to the side. We're going to walk your hands right out to a high plank. Measure out your plank. So make sure shoulders are over the wrists. Come forward on the toes. Start to bend the elbows. Lower down. Feel the triceps activate. Celebrate that tricep strength. Inhale, peel the heart up. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, melt down. Let's do one more cobra. Inhale, peel the heart up. And make your way back to downward facing dog. So right there, when you lift your hips up, you're really drawing up through the core. So that is something to celebrate. Big breath. And let it go. Keep looking for that inverted V shape in your body. Can you lift the tailbone a little bit? Can you melt the crown a little bit? Look to the front of the mat. This time, I mean it, feet to hands. Take that slow journey. Feel the muscles of the legs. Yep. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, down. Halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hand, step the left foot back, come into a low lunge. From a low lunge, we're going to peel the right arm up for a twist. And right there, as you're reaching the arms up, feeling the length across the collarbones, sink the hips just a little bit. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath. Beautiful. Bring your right hand down. We're going to take a side lunge over to the left, Skandasana. So sink the tailbone down to the earth, flex into the right foot, and feel that outward spiral of that hip as well. Maybe the hands come to the earth as you balance. Smile. We're just going slowly through a flow. We're going to take it up in a little bit, but we're just getting these imprints in our body. Take another breath. Hands to the earth, walk back around, frame your front foot. We're going to shift into that foot, take a standing split. So remember, you have blocks or books or cans of beans there to help support this. So lift the left heel up, rotate inward through that left thigh, and bend a little deeper as you're folding right at the hips. Take one more breath. This is the I can tie my shoes while standing pose. Bring that left foot down to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale back down. Halfway lift, flat back. Hands to the earth, right foot steps back. Come into your lunge. You can use the block here to support your right palm. We're taking that twist. So again, the twist comes through the spine, not the hips. So firm up through the glute, through the thigh. Peel the left arm up. Yes. So when you're lifting, also find that sinking through the hip. Feel the pubis reaching down toward the earth. Keep lengthening into the spine so you encourage that space between the vertebrae. One more breath. And left hand down to the earth. Start to shift the weight to the right side, finding your Skandasana, that side lunge. Again, flex the left foot, rotate open through that left hip. Hands down for grounding, hands on the wall maybe, or hands right at your heart. Soften shoulders, relax your jaw, bring a smile. Remember, you have thousands of muscles in your face, and when they all work together to make a smile, it just softens everything. One more breath. All right, hands to the earth. Start to walk around, frame your left foot. We're going to shift into standing split. So you want to keep your hips level here. It's not about how high you can lift that right leg. We're not going for Instagram crazy split here, y'all. We're just going for stable. We're going for, can I tie my shoes while my leg is lifted? Nose to knee, unless you're looking at tying your shoes. Take one more breath. And release the right foot down to meet the left. Yes, rise up. Open up the heart. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, flat back, and fold again. We're going to bring those toe mounts to kiss or leave them apart. We're going to sweep right up into chair pose. This is your functional, have to go to the bathroom in the woods because I just went hiking pose. We can't talk about tailgating because that's not a thing anymore, at least not for now. But just honor the strength of your thighs here and of your hips. Sending that tailbone back and down. Long energy up through the spine. One more breath. And fold. Halfway lift. Hands to the earth. Step back. You can hop back if you like. Come into your high plank. Lower down chaturanga. You are welcome to take an upward facing dog if you're ready, or stay with cobra. Using the strength to lift back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. Beautiful. Look to the front of the mat, step or hop feet to hands. Rise up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Halfway lift. Hands to the earth, left foot steps back, low lunge. Really creating a lot of space in the hips. Reach the right arm up for a twist. And then bring it down, shift into Skandasana to the left. Moving a little faster here. Shift the energy back to the right. Frame the foot, standing split. Lift that left leg. Take a breath. And step forward, forward, fold. Inhale up. Grow a little taller. And then surrender a little deeper. Halfway lift. Hands to the earth, right foot back. Nice lunge. Take that twist. And then bring that left arm down. Shift to the right, Skandasana. Nice and controlled. Beautiful. Shift back to the left. Frame the foot. Leg lift, standing split. Big breath in. Bring the foot down, standing forward fold. As you inhale, Utkatasana's chair pose. Breathe in and fold. Nice. Halfway lift, flat back. Hands to the earth, step or hop back. Lower down, take your flow. Traveling really slowly and intentionally today. So nothing escapes your awareness so that you can celebrate every little part of you. Big breath in. Full breath out. Let's do that one more time. Look to the front of the mat. Step or hop, maybe. Feet to hands. Rise a little taller. Open the heart a little wider. Bow down. Halfway lift. Hands to the earth. Left foot back. Take your twist. Right arm up. Skandasana, shifting to the left. Yes, you got it. Beautiful. Back over to the right. Frame the foot. Standing split. And step the left to the right, forward fold. Rise all the way up. All the way back down. Halfway, long spine, strong core. Hand to the earth, right foot back, left arm up, twist. Left hand down, Skandasana, shift to the right. You guys look fantastic. Back to center. Frame the left foot, standing split. Bring the right foot down, forward fold. Inhale, sweep up, chair pose. Feel your strength. Celebrate right here, y'all. And fold. Halfway lift. Beautiful. Hands to the earth. Step or hop back. Flowing with your breath in a way that feels right. Nice. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look to the front of the mat. Arrive feet to hands. Rise all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to the earth. We're going to step the left foot back, not all the way back. We're going to set it for a pyramid pose. So if it's easier for you to do this standing, go ahead and stand all the way up. If you know that you'd like to bring the block into it, because we are going to do some twisting, bring the block. But your legs are going to be in 2 lanes of traffic, generally straight but not locked in the knees to keep the knees soft. All the toes facing forward. Hands on the hips, soften the shoulders, big breath in. Reach forward, lengthen the spine, and come all the way down. It is not called intense leg stretch for nothing. So right here, see if you can actively draw that right hip back and maybe just draw the right or left hip forward. Not a twist, but just a shift. Can you relax your jaw? Can you relax the shoulders? And can you trust the breath and gravity and time to help find a deeper expression here? 2 more breaths. Let the head hang heavy. Let the neck be soft. We're going to keep that left hand where it is. I'm going to put the block on its highest iteration here and start to twist to the right. Okay, if you want to bring your right hand to your sacrum, stabilizing the hips, you can. You don't want the hips to shift here. You want the thoracic spine to rotate to the right. It helps to float the gaze up over that right shoulder. Take another breath. And release the twist. We're going to rise all the way up. Bring your hands to interlace behind your back. Squeeze the palms together. Open up the heart. Keep grounding down evenly through both feet. So really notice, just with your proprioceptive talents in your mind, where you're grounded. And then notice where you're lifted. Take another breath. Beautiful. Look forward, shift into the right foot. Begin to grow your warrior 3 here. So just like in standing split, you want that left heel to go straight up to the sky with a slight inward rotation of that left thigh. Maybe the chest comes parallel to the earth. Maybe you're at an angle. It's all good. Wherever you are, we're working on balance, celebrating our stability today. Take a breath. Beautiful. From here, we're going to release that arm bind. Start to draw your left knee up towards your chest, just like we did when we were on our back. And then keep your right hand on the left knee. Draw it across the body, finding that same spinal twist. It helps to settle the gaze, and it helps to be really encouraging in your mind. Because the second a judgment or some unpleasant energy enters your mind is the second you're going to fall out of it. Yes, take a big breath. All right, from here, come back into center, cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Come back into that figure 4 seat. Feels a little different now. Keep sinking the booty back and down. Use what you got here. If you have a chair or a wall, doesn't hurt to use that for stability. Take a big breath. One more breath. And then draw that left knee back up into stork pose and release it. Beautiful. Take a big breath. Inhale, reach up high, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands to the earth, right foot steps back just enough to start arranging your pyramid pose. So again, feel free to come all the way up to standing for it or stay where you are if that works. Different lanes of traffic, just think railroad tracks. Everything's pointing forward. Spine is lifted, pelvis in neutral. Big breath in and begin to hinge right at the hips. Great time to welcome the blocks to frame the left foot. Thinking about that little shift of pressing the left sit bone back, drawing the right hip forward. And just take note of your breath. It's intense, so that puts stress on your breath, but you're also upside down. So you have to really think doubly hard about using your superpower to control how you're feeling right now, the pace of your heart. Two more breaths. Sinking and settling, using gravity to your advantage here. And then with the right hand on the block, keep it rooted. Try not to dump into it though. You're still lifting up and away from the earth. That's just more for stability. Peel the left arm up. Left hand can come on the sacrum or keep it up to the sky. Yeah, breathe into this twist, y'all. Extending on the inhale, rotating on the exhale. One more breath. And release the left hand down. Slowly start to rise up. We're going to interlace hands in a different way. Just weave them in a funky way behind your back. Finding that deep heart opener. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Let the fist drop down below the sacrum. You can pull them up in a way if that feels good too. Relax the shoulders. Again, proprioception is what tells us where our body is just by feeling it. It's our intuition. We know where we are, so we know we're rooted here. We also know the heart is lifted. The sternum is lifted. The gaze is lifted. One more breath. Very nice. Start to look forward. Maintain the bind if that serves you. Shift into the left foot for your warrior three. Keeping the knee soft. Keeping that lifted leg strong. Yes, take one more breath. All right, release your hand bind. Bring your right knee up to your chest. Standing a little taller. And then left hand on the right knee, keeping that right knee pointing forward, start to twist open to the right. We're celebrating our presence, our balance, our strength, concentration. One more breath. Nice. Come back into center, cross right ankle over the left thigh, sinking the hips down and back, coming into your figure four shape. And there are always options here. If you want to turn this into an arm balance or a twist, this is just the beginning. Yes, take another breath. Beautiful. Slowly rising back up to stork and release the right foot down. Big inhale, lift up, and exhale, fold. Halfway lift, hands to the earth, step or hop back. Go through your vinyasa flow. Maybe your flow does not involve any chaturangas today. Maybe you're going right to down dog. Or maybe you're settling in a child's pose, honoring your ability to rest when the body needs it. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath. And let it go. Beautiful. On the inhale, right heel high, straight up to the sky once again. And then bend the knee and start to open that hip up without moving the weight from both palms. Keep the shoulders squared. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, start to draw the right knee over to the left elbow and extend that leg out to the side and peel the left arm up. So coming into a little wild thing here, or fallen triangle. Lots of different names for it. Take a big breath. And then start to bring that right hip all the way down to the earth. We're going to do that, another nice stretch for the IT band on the right side, as well as a spinal twist. So you have the option to slide the toes up for more intensity, or slide those, or close the gap between the legs for less intensity. You also can use the blocks here to bolster up the forearms. This is one of my favorites. Maybe you stay on your palms, or if palms want rest, come down to your forearm, palm blocks or without blocks. And really consciously draw the crown of the head away from the tailbone and then twist to the right. So you're rooted through that right hip. Feel a big stretch into the right leg, pointing, flexing, moving, gliding that sciatic nerve if you want. if that's comfortable for you. Take 2 breaths. And if you have some blocks, slide them out of the way. See if you can press that up just so your left or your right hip lifts. And then slide your right knee behind your right wrist, settling into a resting half pigeon. Okay, so your pigeon pose is, there are lots of ways you can access it. You can come back to a figure 4 shape. You can do a pinwheel pigeon, which looks like this. Bending your left knee, bringing your right foot to the thigh. You can also just notice if there are any little modifications you need to make, maybe sliding a towel or a blanket or a block underneath that right hip. And before you get too settled, just check your alignment here. Just come up nice and tall, relax the shoulders from the ears, and then start to walk your arms away from you, lengthening the spine, melting down into this luscious, luscious little gift you give your hips. And notice here the mind, the presence of thoughts. Let them be free of judgments, free of any harshness, just loving, supportive, friendly thoughts. Or maybe you come out of your mind altogether and settle right into the body, just engaging with your somatic energy. We'll have 2 more breaths here. All right, from here, we're going to bring our forearms down onto the earth so that they're parallel. Palms are, ouch, sorry, I think I just got bit by something. What was that? All right, don't mind me. All right, we're going to bring our forearms down parallel and see if you can lift your left knee and send your right leg back, coming right into a forearm plank. Okay, again, working on our core strength. Celebrating what we are able to do and all of the functional movement that we can engage in with such ease because of our yoga practice day to day. You've got 3 more breaths. Yeah, there is a little friend on my mat. In the vein of ahimsa, I'm just gonna flick it out of the way for now. All right, 1 more breath. All right, let's have a little fun. Let's start to lift the hips, keeping your arms down in your dolphin shape. This is coming into dolphin pose. So you're on your forearms, just lifting your hips up to the sky, coming into dolphin pose. Maybe you lift one leg, or maybe you lift the other leg, or maybe you have some fun if you have a wall and just do some little kicks. Work on your forearm plank or forearm stand. And then when you've had enough, go ahead and drop the knees. Come back up to your palms and shake out that right side a little bit. Coming back to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Let something go. All right, left heel to the sky. Bend the left knee, open the left hip. Keep the weight even in the palm. So big side body opening here. 1 more breath. And then start to draw left knee over to the right elbow. Straighten the leg. And peel the right arm up. So press the earth away. Get those obliques fired up. 1 more breath. And then slowly lower the hips down. So it doesn't really matter what that back leg is doing. If you're more comfortable moving it or bending it, go for it. We're going to bring the hands down to the earth or to your blocks. Just assess what this side wants or needs. Treat it differently. Remember the beginner's mind. We'll extend the spine on the inhale. Twist a little deeper on the exhale. Decide if you want to glide that left side a little bit, pointing and flexing the foot. You may be noticing some really, really loud noises in your body right now. Some strong sensations. Just allow them to be just as they are. You are who and where and how you are meant to be in this moment. Just let it be. This is enough. You don't have to resist any discomfort. Just be with it. If it's pain, we want to do something about that. But discomfort just kind of wakes us up. Use every breath to find a little bit more rotation in that twist. All right, y'all, we're going to come into pigeon pose here. So maybe move the blocks out of the way. Press into the palms, lift that left hip, and then slide the left knee behind the left wrist. Taking a few extra breaths to get situated here. Maybe the side needs some cushioning or a little lift. Soften the shoulders. And then when you're ready, extend through the spine, walking slowly, melting into rest. You don't have to rest here. You can be a seated pigeon. You can also be a mermaid if you wanted to take a twist here or in a bind. So find what works for you and then just give yourself a little time in stillness to be with what is. Maybe it's as simple as bringing your intention back, letting that be your centering thought. You're just feeling the breath coming in and the breath going out. My centering thought is this beetle that I flicked away from my mat, and now it's upside down, just doing its best happy laughing baby routine. Take another breath. All right, let's do one more round of core work because we can. So bring those arms back parallel to one another. Step back into your high plank. Not high plank, just your forearm plank, low plank. Really press the earth away. Feel every single part of your body that's working right now, which should be just about everything. You want the effort distributed evenly across the body so you're not dumping into your shoulders and your elbows. You want to actually lift up with your chest, with your belly. Squeeze into your glutes and your thighs. Press back into the heels. Smile on that face. Breathe. One more breath. And then drop the knees, drop the hips. Let's come into a Sphinx pose. Take one more back bend here, the practice. You're welcome to amplify this coming into a seal pose. Just make sure that you're creating space in the neck. You can also bend the knees, try to lift the thighs a little bit even. That brings just a little squeeze into your lumbar spine. 3 more breaths. One more breath. All right. From here, we're going to roll right onto our backs. So you can stay exactly where you are. Roll right onto our backs. Taking happy laughing baby. Drawing the lower back down, flattening the curve of the back, drawing the sacrum down. All right, we're going to do one more exercise. One of my favorites I've shared with you before. It's a little glide for your SI joint, your sacroiliac joint. So you've got where your sacrum meets your ilium, your pelvic bowl. You've got some tightness and tension, there sometimes. And this just adds a little bit of mobility to maybe relieve some stress that you feel when you're standing or sitting or bending or folding. So if you have a block, it's ideal if you have a block, but if you don't have a block, you can still accomplish the same goals. So this is a really good one to people who are like cyclists or runners who have repetitive motion. It helps offer a little bit of a wider range of motion into that SI joint. So lift your hips up, bring the block right to your sacrum. So think about below your waistband, right around your butt crack. I could say that on TV, I think. Extend your left leg, press that heel away from you, draw the right knee in. Okay, so right here, when you draw the right knee in, if you notice the pelvis tilting up, try to press it back down. You want the whole pelvic rim press into the block. So if you need to adjust the block, adjust it. And then with that left heel pressed away and the shoulders relaxed and the face nice and soft, lift the left heel and tap it to the left as far out as you can get it. Back to the center, tap it all the way over to the right. And when I say all the way over, I mean your range of motion. So find as far as you can go to the right and back to center. And just tap, continue to tap. And you're really isolating that left side. So try not to move into the right side hip or the belly or the back. Just some gentle taps, gentle glides. This is one of those exercises that sort of has compounding effects. So if you just do it for a few minutes on each side a day, you may start to notice some difference in mobility or in pain mitigation. All right, take a few more taps on that left side. And then rest that heel. And we'll switch to the other side. So draw the left knee in, extend the right leg. Before you start tapping, just make sure the hips are evenly rooted. You're feeling supported in your sacrum. And then when you're ready, flex that right foot, tap to the right, tap to center, tap to the left, back to center, and just keep going at a rhythm that works with you and your breath. And again, try not to think about mobility limitations here. Just celebrate what your body can do, where your body can go. Every day, every practice is progress. Okay, a few more taps. Nice. All right, we're going to bring both knees into the chest. Roll off that block. Give yourself a big loving hug, squeeze, kindness, sweetness, mwah, mwah, kisses. Take a big, 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 big breath. And then let's melt into a few moments of rest, maybe coming back into a Baddha Konasana if you had that at the beginning, or letting the legs be straight, palms open into a traditional Shavasana shape. Really anything that feels comfortable and relaxing for you for a few moments right here to rest. A little poem from Morgan Harper Nichols. It is not about being loved, my love. It is about radiating it from the inside out, feeling the connection between all that breathes and you. Live alongside life. This is how to exist beautifully. I miscredited Morgan Harper Nichols. It's actually Victoria Erickson, one of my other favorites. I hope that you are feeling radiant with love and with celebration today. Just so grateful for your breath and your body. So grateful for the choices you make to take care of yourself. I hope that as you go about your day today, you find gratitude in each movement of the body, each time you notice a strength of the mind or the body or the heart. Just let today be a big party. Start to breathe a little bit deeper, start to move a little bit more intentionally, spreading out, stretching. Eventually finding your way to that comfortable seat. Hands can rest upon the heart or palms together at the heart. Let's take a shared breath in, filling up with that energy of love and celebration. Share it out with the world. I am so grateful to each of you. You always lift my spirits. Thank you so much for creating this community that feels so safe and so right. So namaste, y'all. Appreciate you so very much. And I look forward to seeing you again. If Monday is the next time I'll see you Monday. If I have the privilege of seeing you sooner, maybe at the winery on Thursday night. We still have a few tickets left for Spook Asana. Wear costume. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful night. We get to practice while the sun is setting, and you get to have a glass of wine afterwards. So it's pretty amazing. I'll see some of you tonight for our final mindfulness class, and maybe I'll see some people this weekend. This weekend I'm teaching class. I think they're sold out at Solace Outpost in Falls Church Saturday, and then at Hops and Shine in Delray, I'm doing Puppies, Poses, and Pints, a benefit class for a Sato rescue. That's on Sunday. So if not, I'll see you Monday. Thank you guys very much for being here. Hi, Deborah. Thanks for all your sweet comments, everybody. Karen, and welcome back. I'm glad you were able to practice with us today. Oh, thanks, Lisa. You're so sweet. Kathy, how's it going up in Maine?
I'm actually in Rhode Island right now.
Ooh.
We're putting our boat away for the winter.
Are you on the coast, like by Narragansett or Newport?
Newport, yeah.
Oh.
So we're putting our boat away for the winter, and then we're going to go back to Maine till after Christmas.
Okay, so you all right. Well, I'll just have to smell the pine this year through the computer.
I will be in touch.
Well, good. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you being with us today.
Well, I'm glad to be with you.
Mwah.
Namaste.
Namaste, y'all. Bye. Bye, guys.